Hello, hello, hello. Hello to everyone. How's everyone doing? Hey, I'm Amak. Amak, I'm going to mess up your name. I'm sorry and I apologize. AMAK, how are you? Thanks for joining. How's everybody? Ozzy. Hi, Carrie. Sheree. I'm going to mess up your last name. It's Carrie. I'm just going to call you Carrie. Oh, hello, people. Hello, people. Bosman. Fatih Bosman. Hi, how are you? Man, I'm going to mess up some names. Hi. Hi. Oh, there you are. Hi, Carrie. Yes, I've been watching your scopes. Great, 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 great information, Carrie. Great. So, for you that are either new or somewhat veterans, follow that man. Follow Carrie. Gives great information, and he's got great information on tech, on the video production ends of Periscope. I'm going to talk broadly about more of the mobile stuff you can do with mobile live streaming for business. That's what I'm planning to talk about. So I'm going to get started. I want to wait for a couple of more people, hopefully, to join me. Share this with some people, please. Please share it with some people. Limoncello Villa. Is that what that is? Hi, Transmontano 62. Okay, so we're going to talk about mobile live streaming for business. We're going to discuss a little bit of Periscope, Meerkat, and Meerkat and Hang With. I know a lot of people don't seem to be kind of hip to Hang With, but I'm going to talk about that too. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Please be sure to share this with some friends and give me some. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. So let me go ahead and get started. Hi, Jewelry Live. How are you? Alnita, Jackie Rowe. Thank you. How's everybody? Let me go ahead and show my face, so my mugshot, so we can go ahead and get started. I promise I'm not offensively uh, unattractive or anything, but we'll see. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay. So for those of you that are new, my name is Alice Fuller. I am principal consultant at Sheer Social, which is a boutique social media marketing business. Been doing it now for maybe about 7 years, helping small businesses. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Thank you. I've been working with small businesses as well as medium sized businesses, solopreneurs, and some people actually in entertainment too. Some actors, filmmakers, because that's kind of my background. And I want to talk about mobile live streaming. Oh, thank you. I love chocolate hearts. I love chocolate hearts. I love the green ones too. Thank you. So, I want to talk about mobile live streaming because that is the hot topic right now. Everybody seemingly is either periscoping on their or they're doing Meerkat or they're using Hang With. And mobile live streaming right now, if you are not hip to where social media is going right now, then let me tell you something. Well, obviously you're somewhat hip because you're on mobile, but the reality of it is social media has gone mobile. And if you're a business, especially a small business, I know small businesses sometimes you think you get left out of the picture because you see major brands doing stuff because they have major budgets and you think, hey, I'm a small business owner, I don't have the budget for that. But I want to tell you that's not necessarily true. You can do some great things as a small business and as a solopreneur uh, on your level with mobile live streaming, because with mobile live streaming the playing field is pretty much equal. So I'm on Periscope because I've become addicted to Periscope. And there's also Meerkat and Hang With. For those of you that are new, you may not have known that Meerkat came to the scene first. Meerkat basically was introduced at South Southwest, and there was a lot of buzz around it, considering it was going to be attached to Twitter. And I guess they didn't get the memo from Twitter. Hi. How you doing? So, for those who are on Meerkat or who heard about Meerkat first, then you know it was introduced as Southwest this year. I can't even talk. Southwest this year. But the reality of it is, Twitter had its own plan. So they released Periscope and allowed Periscope to become its baby. Meerkat is still very tied to Twitter, but at the end of the day, Periscope is Twitter's baby, and Meerkat is kind of out there somewhat on its own, even though it still is very tied to Twitter. But the difference between the two, Meerkat, when you are broadcasting on Meerkat, you do not get the 24-hour replay like you do on Periscope. So for those of you that are on Meerkat, then you know once you do your stream, it's pretty much a done deal. Hi, I am Marquita G. How you doing? So if you are going to be on Periscope, then the advantage over Periscope, in my opinion, over Meerkat, is the fact that you do have the 24-hour access to the replay. So that's great. Otherwise, forget it. Because Meerkat is great because it's live streaming, but once your stream is over, it's pretty much a done deal. However, the other perk about Meerkat is, for those of you that are very, very Twitter heavy and you love using Twitter, everything you do on Meerkat is broadcast on Twitter. I don't particularly care for that because every comment that you make, everything is on Meerkat. Everything is on Twitter. I prefer using Periscope because it's right here on Periscope. If I want to say something on Twitter, then I can say it on Twitter. This broadcast is already, a link has already been sent out on Twitter, which is great. But if you were to make a comment, you don't necessarily have to see it on Twitter. So those are probably one of the two major differences between Meerkat and Periscope. Now, Hang With came to the party even before Meerkat did and Periscope. But unfortunately, it appears Hang With doesn't have the same PR machine behind it, and it's not attached to Twitter either. It's separate. It's out there. But it has great celebrity backing because if you check my blog, I'll tell you all about how Hang With actually has backing from 50 Cent, Timbaland, Terrell Owens. So they're all basically invested in that particular app. And so on that particular app, you'll see, some people in music, a lot of people in entertainment, some athletes. And of course, you've got YouTube who's using Meerkat to basically take you on tour with them. The plenty of celebrities here on Periscope too. Hi, Jory. Oh, thank you for inviting. Thank you for inviting followers. That's wonderful. Thank you, and thank you for the hearts. Sharper Dist. Am I saying that right? I'm gonna mess up some names. I'm gonna just tell you this. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna mess up some names. However, I will get you straight. Hey, OHD founder, I'm gonna get you straight on this mobile live streaming thing, especially if you are a solopreneur, which means basically you got a business, you're running it yourself. Hey, how you doing? And or if you are a small business owner. Great info. Yeah, I like Periscope too, Carrie. I do too. I've become addicted. It's kind of I had to pry myself away from Periscope. But the beautiful thing about that is I've been learning, and what I've learned on Periscope, because I've been lurking and just watching for about 3-4 weeks now. So I'm about to share with you a lot of what I've learned. So one of the other things I got to get my notes because I'll forget the important stuff if I don't have my notes. So if you want to ask me questions, please do. I don't want this to be just me talking into a phone and looking at myself. Please talk back to me if you have a question and I can answer it. I definitely will do so. If I can't answer it, then the reality of it is I'll tell you so, but I can Google it later and you can send it to me at Sheer Social on Twitter. That would help too. All right, so we talked about Meerkat and we talked about Periscope. The major difference, Meerkat, once you stream, it's over. It's done. No replay. Periscope, 24-hour access to the replay. So, some advantages to, the other thing about Meerkat, which is kind of a benefit that at this point Periscope does not have. you can schedule, yes, you can schedule a stream on Meerkat, which means, say you wanted to say, okay, at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I'm going to tell people that I'm going to be live streaming. You can do that on Meerkat. We can't necessarily do that yet on Periscope, but give it some time. I mean, everything is still relatively new. So I think probably maybe in the updates to come, that might be an option. But for right now, you cannot schedule or tell people in advance via the app. That does not say that you can't go on Twitter, you can't go on Facebook, as I've done today, and tell people in 15 minutes or at a certain time you're going to be on Periscope. That you can definitely do, and that works. But you don't actually get a link until you go live. So the other beautiful part about that now, where Periscope is concerned, and this is thanks to the nearest the use of the update. Yep, Periscope add no more horizontal video for options. So I do too. I mean, I'm not. I like the landscape of view. This portrait thing, I'm not feeling too much. I get it. I mean, a lot of people still shoot this way, but I would prefer, in some instances, especially if I were shooting an event, if I were shooting something that was worthy of shooting, something that was wide, I would rather have the option. But as of right now, we don't have the option on Periscope, and I don't think we have. I'm not sure if we have it on Meerkat either. But at this point, on Periscope, we're going with the portrait, so the vertical, which is cool for right now. Even though I think if I could turn this thing around, my forehead might appear smaller. All right, so the other end of that is, oh, I forgot what I was saying. Okay, so Meerkat you can schedule, Periscope you can't. Can you get a copy of a Periscope reply? I don't think you can do a copy of a Periscope reply, but you can. The best thing you could probably do is just do a screen. What do you call it? Screen grab for on the phone. Just take a picture of your screen. Oh, you mean the replay? Oh, as far as a copy of the replay, what you can do is, you as the viewer and me as the user, you can get a quote unquote copy of the replay. And here's how you do it. Because the replay will be available for 24 hours. And because if you were to go on Twitter and you were to find Sheer Social, there is a tweet with this link in it. So the link will go directly to this broadcast. You can see it on your desktop. So because you can see it on your desktop, what that means is you can literally screen record that, and then you can have a copy of this broadcast. So that's one way to do it. Now, as a user, for those of you that are starting to do your first Periscopes, you do have the option of saving your Periscope or saving your broadcast to your phone. So if you save the actual video to your phone, then it becomes just like any other video. You can take the video, you can put it on YouTube, you can put it on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you so like. Okay? So you can definitely get a copy. Thank you for all of these hearts. Oh, that is just so special. That's like a virtual hug. Thank y'all. Can y'all feel my hug? Probably not, but you get it. You get it. Okay. So, hang with. Don't want to leave them out of the conversation. They need a good publicist or something, because they've got some great tools with Hang With that just is not getting, the pub that Meerkat and Periscope are getting. So, over at Hang With, you do get a playback. But the thing is, with Hang With, at least with the playback, you can scroll, you can fast forward, you can move it forward. As of right now, with Periscope, once you see this replay, you can't scroll through it like you want to get to the good part or whatever you think the good part is. You just have to sit there and watch it, and that's it. We really, at this point, we cannot scroll through. But on Hang With, you can look at the replays and scroll through to the fact you can fast forward a little bit, and as we say in the video world, you can shuffle back and forth through the video on Hang With. Can't do that with Periscope, and you're not going to be able to do that with Meerkat because there's no replay to do that with. Okay. So another great thing about Hang With versus Periscope and versus Meerkat is you can use actual filters, kind of like the Instagram filters. Can't really do that on Periscope yet, or you can't do it on Meerkat yet. But if you're on Hang With, if I wanted to add like a little artistic something or the other, a little color, a little, if I want to do sepia or was it sepia, tomato, you know what I mean? Brown it to make it look a little older, that kind of thing. You can do that on Hang With, but you can't do that with Periscope yet, and you can't do it with Meerkat. So Hang With definitely does have some advantages. Let's see what else. Let's check my notes. Playback controls. That's with Hang With. You can search for hashtags and find videos that way too. On Hang With. Haven't necessarily incorporated kind of like a search for hashtags yet on Periscope nor on Meerkat, but you do have that with Hang With. And third thing is you got those video filters with Hang With, and nobody's got that yet. Nobody has that yet. Matter of fact, Hang With came out, like I said before, way before. Actually, it came out last year. You can find out more about that too on my blog. You can go to sheersocial.com/blog, or just come to the website sheersocial.com and just go to the blog and find the articles or the post about mobile live streaming, as well as the post about Hang With when it came out last year. Now, as a business, how do you use this? Because I see a lot of people a little hesitant to use it because it's video. And I get it. Trust me. I have to really talk myself into getting on camera. I've spent most of my career behind the camera. So getting in front of a camera can be a little intimidating, and I get it. But one of the main reasons to use this as a business is the interaction. You can ask me questions. Somebody is giving me all of these green hearts, and I thank you. A virtual hug to you. Do you feel that? You feel that? Thank you. Okay. So as a business, this is real-time engagement. If you're at that point in your business where you're not figuring out how you can have a real-time conversation with your customers or with your clients, yes, you can pick up the phone. Old school still works. That's not what we're talking about. That's always going to work. But in between sessions, or just as a matter of creating a touch point between you and your clients and your customers. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jewelry. Is it Jewelry Live? Okay, wonderful. So that's one of the major aspects of using this, is being able to ask questions of your customers, and your customers and our clients can ask questions of you. So that real-time feedback is crucial. I can give you an example. Say if you just launched a product to the world, whatever that product might be, and you wanted to get some immediate feedback, you could literally launch your product using Periscope and get the feedback, especially if, say, you had a focus group, and technically with Periscope, you don't have to invite the world. You can just invite a select group of people and have a focus group, a virtual focus group between you and those 10, 12 people, however many people it is, and get immediate feedback. Yes, you could do that with Google Hangouts too. That indeed is true. But hey, if you're on Periscope, you can do it with Periscope. Why not? It's mobile. It's real time. So that's one great use you could do. Another way to use it is for small businesses, if you have a product that requires a how-to use it. Well, now that you've launched it, you want to tell people how best to use it. Periscope, Meerkat, Hang With, they're all great tools to allow you to actually show how to use a product in real time. And then once you've done that, then of course you do the how-to and you get the feedback immediately from your customers. And of course, with this, you get the replay. So with Periscope, you get a replay, and with Hang With. So you can literally repurpose that content. Don't think just because once this is just on mobile, and now that it's on mobile, it's a done deal. Any social media marketer or content marketer worth their salt at all will tell you, you always need to be figuring out how to repurpose your content. kind of like tinfoil your grandmama used to use. Don't throw that away. We can still use that. Well, I'm sorry, that's my grandmother. But at the same rate, with your content, you need to be able to do that. Do people have questions? Y'all can ask me questions. Just don't sit there and look at me. Ask me questions. I like questions because then that lets me know what's pertinent to you, not just what's pertinent to me. So ask me. You got questions? Anybody have a question? Anybody? Somebody? Come on. Somebody's got to have a question. Okay. Well, I'll just keep talking. Okay. So some other things that you need to use or can use this for. You can use it for feedback. That's one major purpose for using mobile live streaming. The other reason is to show how to. And the third, of course, is, and I see this all the time in the entertainment game because that's my background, my other background too. People love to go behind the scenes. They love to see your process. I love going on stage with you two on Meerkat. You don't get any better than that. I mean, I didn't even have to buy a ticket. I'm on stage with Bono. I felt like I could touch him. But I've also gone behind the scenes with Layla Hathaway. For you who know who Layla Hathaway is, great musician, great singer, songwriter. She takes her audience with her on backstage, on stage, literally on tour. So once again, when she's doing that, she understands that she's creating that rapport with her audience. And of course, it doesn't negate that, oh, I'm not going to go to the concert because I saw half of it on Periscope. You're not going to have the same experience. Is there a visual component for attendees? Can we see everyone in the conversation? Yes. Hey. Yes. Hey. So you can see everyone in the conversation. What you can do to see who's here is in that corner, the bottom corner. You can swipe or just click it, and you can see the people that are on right now. And later, when the replay, you can also see how many people have viewed the replay. But if you want to see how many people are here right now, it's just click right here to the what is this? The right bottom corner. Click that, and you can see it. So known nonsense. Hi, how are you? Known nonsense. If you're just joining, since you're just joining known nonsense, we're talking about mobile live streaming. Hello. We're talking about mobile live streaming and how you can use mobile live streaming for your business. I just talked about one of the major ways to use it. Well, I'll do a little recap. The first way, mobile live streaming. Give your audience an opportunity to talk to you in real time. That is not to say that you need to substitute this for old school picking up the phone and having a meeting with somebody. But what you can do is use this opportunity to talk to your clients, to talk to your customers in real time between their visits. That's one way to use it. So if you want to get immediate feedback, that's another way as a small business, as a solopreneur, to use the mobile live streaming. Right now, if you're still in that mindset of using social media wherein I just post, and I'm not really there to get any engagement. I'm not there to really talk to people. I'm just kind of there to broadcast to people. You need to up your social media game, really, because social media has moved past that now. This is a two-way conversation. Even though I'm doing most of the talking, you have the opportunity to ask me questions. And I can answer them in real time. That's the mindset you need to have right now if you are using social media in any kind of form, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, mobile, live streaming, Periscope, Meerkat, all of them. That is one of the best advantages to having a tool like this. So the other advantage or benefit of using mobile is show your process. You don't give up the 7 herbs and spices. That's not necessary. But what you can do, hi, rapper something, and the oblique pen. How you doing? Hey, I see some friends in the building. Hey, how you doing? That's cool. Okay, so Uh, Getting this immediate feedback, allowing people to see your process. Put a camera on it. In other words, set up a camera. It's really, really easy these days with a smartphone to set up this camera, because that's basically what it is. It's an HD camera in your pocket. Set it up on a tripod. I mean, if you got to go old school and you don't have a tripod, get some books. Figure out how to set up your phone and record yourself in the process of doing what you do. Because I sincerely really think that people really respect you more when you show them how much work goes into what you are creating for us to purchase. Whether it's food, whether it's furniture, whether it's even a service. When I see just how much work you're putting into giving me something of value, then yes, I'm willing to pull out some money and pay for it, because I understand that that's something that you didn't create in 10 minutes or 5 minutes, or it took you some time. That's quality. So it's worthy of that investment. So don't get in that mindset of, oh, I can't show people that because I don't want them to see this. I don't want them to see that. That's fine. You don't have to. But the reality of it is, be willing to have some transparency in your business. Because the reality of it is, you're in competition. Even I'm in competition with everybody who's on Periscope at this very moment. And there's a lot of people. So, but at the same rate, hey, thank you for the hearts. I got green hearts. Okay, I'm going to give another virtual hug. Hey, thank you. Do you feel that? You feel that? That's a virtual hug. That's a virtual hug, and I thank you. Rapper named Bilal. A rapper named Bilal. I know a singer named Bilal. Any relation? Just playing. Hi, Greg DeBruno. How are you? So, Greg, if you just joined, we're talking about mobile live streaming. Peace in. Okay, well, peace in. I guess that's peace in versus peace out. Okay, all right, cool. So, we're talking about mobile live streaming. If you have questions, does anybody have a question? No questions as of yet. Okay. So one of the other things you really, really want to consider, and this is not necessarily a negative, but it is a reality. Hey, is that Sack Appraiser? Sack Appraiser. Interesting name that is. Okay, so if you are using your mobile phone, everybody's got generally a data plan. And this is something you really have to keep an eye on. If you're going to be using Periscope, Meerkat, Hangwith, all of them, you already know your data plan is basically going to be impacted by it. Video, especially live stream video, it takes up a lot of data. So what you want to do is try to find free Wi-Fi or somebody's Wi-Fi. Get the password, go where you can get on Wi-Fi and do your streams that way. And because then you're not using up your data plan. Because the more periscoping and live streaming you do via mobile, whether you are uploading them or whether you're watching them, you're using up data on your phone. So go ahead, when you're thinking about what you're going to broadcast, get into that mindset of using Wi-Fi as opposed to your data plan. Because otherwise, what's going to happen is when you get the bill, especially if you've become a little addicted to Periscope like I have, but luckily I'm on an unlimited plan. But let me caution you about having the unlimited, because we like to brag about, oh, I got an unlimited plan. Unlimited does have a limit. So they're in the small print. There is a limit to unlimited plans. Hey, Dina Griggs, how you doing? So for those of you that are just, unlimited is not necessarily unlimited. There is a limit. There is a cap on it. But whoever your carrier is, they decide what's pretty much fair use for you as far as unlimited. So try to get Wi-Fi as much as possible when you're using any of these mobile live streaming tools. For those of you that are just joined, my name is Alice Fuller. I am Principal Consultant at Sheer Social. Sheer Social, I know it can be a tongue twister for some people, but Sheer Social is my social media marketing business. I've been doing social media marketing for 7 years now, well, a little over 7 years. I don't want to age myself, but but I've been doing social media marketing for small businesses, small to medium-sized businesses and professionals for 7 years. I started as an entertainment blogger. So I have another profile that I do live streaming for. And so I have one foot in entertainment and one foot planted firmly in social media, and the two do work hand in hand. So that's good. So we're talking about mobile live streaming, and if you're just getting here, let me go over once again the advantages and disadvantages of Meerkat, Periscope, as well as Hangwith. Periscope is the only one that will give you, no, that's not true. Periscope and Hangwith are the two that will give you a replay. There is no replay with Meerkat, not at all. So once you stream on Meerkat, it's a done deal. However, Meerkat will allow you to schedule your broadcast, something of which, to my knowledge, Hangwith does not do, nor does Periscope. So if you're going to use Meerkat, you can tell people, hey, at 4 o'clock, I'm going to be streaming. The only way to do that with Periscope and with Hangwith is you have to let people know in advance. Send out a couple of tweets, do a countdown if you want to, use your Facebook, your Twitter, whatever it is you got, to let people know that you're going to be live on their mobile phones in a matter of minutes. So one of the other advantages to Hangwith that the other two do not have, you can actually stream with different filters. In other words, you could put it different colors and make it all creative looking, probably in black and white and some other things. Periscope does not do that. Meerkat does not do that. So does anybody have any questions? Please talk to me. Talk to me. Somebody's got some questions. Don't be shy. I know if I can put my big forehead out here. Somebody can ask me a question. I'm sure you've got a question because or you're learning. Is anybody new? Who's new? Who's new to mobile live streaming? Anybody new? If you're new, just type in new. Thank you. Anybody new? Oh, you're new? Okay, cool. Has anybody done at least one broadcast? Oh, we got some new. It would be cool if they had a fully interactive web portal for those without the app. Oh, that reminds me. Thank you for that. Thank you for no nonsense. Thank you for that. Now with the recent updates of Periscope, you can watch them on your on the web. You cannot do hearts. You cannot comment. However, when people see that notification or they see it in your timeline on Twitter, they click on the link, and if they're on a laptop or wherever they may be, they can see the stream, but they can't comment and they can't do hearts, but they at least can watch it, and they can watch the replay that way too. So you're not stuck with saying, oh, because people don't have the app, they can't see it. That's not true. Yeah, private broadcast should allow comments. Well, give it some time. We got to remember, Periscope is still new. These apps are still new, so they're still trying to figure things out. So that said, be on the lookout for updates. I think there is a new Periscope update coming really, really soon, and especially in a couple of months, there's a Periscope Summit. The app isn't even a year old to my knowledge, and already they have a summit. I think that's pretty interesting. But nonetheless, at this point, nothing is perfect at this point, but it's still pretty good. So just be on the lookout for the updates. I know there's according to Alex Pettit, that's Pettitt. He's a great person to follow here on Periscope, because he's kind of like, he's becoming one of my go-tos as far as what's being updated on Periscope. So he gets stuff literally from the horse's mouth, because he's got it like that. The rest of us kind of have to connect to him to get that intel on what's happening with Periscope in real time. So does anybody else have a question? Anybody else have a question? No? No more questions? No questions? Not a one. How disappointing. I like answering questions. Nobody has a question? Okay, so uh, I got in late. Okay, but you can still give me a question. Do you have a question? Because if you got in late, then you might have missed something. I basically have gone over some of the major advantages to using mobile live streaming for a business. Um, Real-time engagement, feedback, and you can always repurpose this content. You can't do that necessarily with Meerkat because there is no replay. But with Periscope and with Hangwith, you have an opportunity to use these broadcasts. Once the broadcasts are done, you have a recorded video. I don't know what that is. I think I'm doing a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 something. I don't know. I talk with my hands. I'm sorry. So after the broadcast is over, you can always repurpose your content. Take this video. You could put it on Twitter, put it on Facebook, wherever you want to use it. Or what I would probably do is put this on YouTube. Take that YouTube video, and then I'll take the YouTube video and use it there. Probably put it in my newsletter, and probably upload a separate video to Facebook. Because for those of you that are heavy on Facebook, then you know Facebook wants to become the replacement for YouTube. So videos get seemingly more engagement, so we're often told, on Facebook. So Facebook wants you to upload your videos there as opposed to YouTube. But if you're smart, what you do is you upload to both, because Facebook and YouTube, they both have their advantages. So, and there's a blog post that I have called Facebook versus YouTube. So if you want to read more about the advantages and disadvantages of posting your videos to Facebook versus YouTube, go to my blog, sheersocial.com. You can go sheersocial.com/blog, and that takes you right to the blog. So, are there any other questions? No? Okay, then I'm going to fade to black and roll the credits on this particular Periscope. And be sure to hit me up on Twitter if you do have a question, or if you want something, you just have a burning question and you are too shy to say it amongst all the peoples here. That's okay. That's fine. And if there is a particular topic that you want covered, let me know that too. Okay, so you pieced in rapper name Bilal, and now you're going to piece out. Well, assalamu alaikum to you too. Okay. Thank you for watching. You want me to follow you back? Okay. All right. Well, cool. That I can do. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to shut this down now. Again, if you want to engage with me once this broadcast is over, I'm on Facebook as Sheer Social. I'm on Twitter as Sheer Social. I'm obviously here as Sheer Social too. And as always, my website. So everybody, have a good night. See you. Have a good week. We're already into Wednesday almost. Man. So have a good night. That's it. Bye-bye, people. Until next time, same place, same station.